All right, y'all, it's your girl Kandy B, and I popped up on my girl Pear. We go back. Hey.
What's up, girl? What's up? Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. So I caught her at a time where there's no kids in here, but she has a daycare, you guys. What's the name of the daycare?
My daycare is Modern Childcare.
Okay, Modern. Now, how'd you come up with the name, Modern?
I was just thinking about the times, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Things are always changing, you know what I mean? So I thought, Modern Childcare, why not?
Okay, look. Okay, so you got a childcare, and how long has it been active for?
I have been in childcare for 5 years now. 5 years.
That's not bad.
No. I feel like, any business that start, it's gonna take 5 years for you really to start seeing some type of results.
That's true. So have you had kids that's been with you from the beginning to now?
Yes. I have 2 kids that's been with me from the beginning. One started with me at 6 months. The other one started with me with 3 months. And now their ages is 4 and 3.
Shut up.
Yes.
So you like an auntie to them.
I kind of feel like that. I really feel like that. I went to both of their birthday parties.
I was going to ask you that.
Like
Did you get it invited to their?
Most of the kids' parties, if I can make it, I try to make it. With your first kids, you're really connected to them as much as, really, really close. The parents want you to be there. So I went.
Look, they like, we want Pear. What do they call you?
They call me Miss Pear. Miss Pear. And then one of my kids is like my nephew. So the kids call me Miss Pear, or they call me T, because they always hear him calling me T. So I'm getting Miss Pear or T.
That is so cute. So it kind of makes you feel like they kind of your own children.
Yeah, I look at it like I'm their auntie, that cool auntie that they come and hang out with.
Now, y'all, I don't have no kids, but Kenny loves the babies. Okay, like I need to come pop in and just be like, you can call me Auntie too.
Right. And they're so loving. I mean, I love them because they'll just out of nowhere, you're the best. I love you, Miss Pear, and give you these hugs. Now, a minute ago,
I'm gonna melt.
Now, a minute ago, they might not have been doing what they're supposed to do, but you forget all about it because they melt your heart.
So do you have to discipline them a lot, or?
Not really. All kids come with their issues, but I think you have to learn each kid. Each kid is going to be different. Each kid is going to require something different, you know what I mean? So it's you being observant of that kid to see what makes them tick and what's not, and learning different ways to redirect them from what's disturbing them.
And I know some kids, like, we're all humans at the end of the day, but some probably have good days and bad days.
Exactly. They do. And so you got to give them reservation for that. You know what I mean? Within safety manners, making sure that everybody is still safe.
Does the mama ever come and be like, hey, let me pre-warn you. We had this going before we got here. This happened.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It was a horrible morning. I'm so sorry. There's just so much going on, and typically, sometimes they might be having a bad day and just kind of let them get through what they're going through. And then they pop like nothing, pop back up like nothing ever happened.
That's crazy how you can change their day like that.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so what activities do y'all have, like a weekly, a monthly activity that y'all do, or?
I do lesson plans. I do like a whole lesson plan for all the kids. I'm working with kids from 18 months to 5 years of age. So I make a lesson plan for the whole, and then I make individual lesson plan per their age group or what they're able to do.
Okay.
And then we also do, one of the things that we do is circle time.
Circle time?
Yes, circle time. Have you heard about that?
I need circle time because I be feeling like a square, y'all. Put me in a circle. I'm cool. So what they do in circle
time, what I do, I have a theme-based curriculum.
Okay.
So it's theme-based depending on like animals or transportation. And then we have focus of the month, which is we're focusing on maybe 3 letters, numbers, colors, and shapes.
Nice.
So then we'll talk about that at circle time. We'll also do, I'll read a book to them. We'll do nursery rhymes. I'll have prompts, but this is time for us to all interact together.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm going to have to come and
pop up.
I love the babies. Kids. I didn't popped up today, but I'm going to pop up again. Okay, don't play with me. I'm Kandy B. Look.
Yes, she is.
Hey. So do you teach them another language?
Very little, but I do some. Spanish, the very basics. A lot of my kids know their colors. all their
good.
Spanish colors. They know like hola, adios, hello, and goodbye. So I'm definitely putting it in their ear, and I'm looking for someone to be able to teach them and expand on that. But however, I'm still pleased that I am teaching them something, because it's going to help them early in their, when they get older, when they start learning in other more in-depth Spanish or English, or French or anything like that. I think it'll help them in their future.
Right. So have you had any kids that go off to like preschool and then like the mom tells you like, hey, they're doing really good, they're excelling, just because of like what you feel like you've taught them?
Yes, that has happened. And me also knowing other teachers that are in the school district, typically we're talking about kindergarten, first grade. Some of these kids are not knowing what they need to know.
Wow.
So that's why I really am strong on teaching them.
Look at you.
Well, it's big, teaching them, and then also teaching them about structured learning. You know what I mean? Because you have to think about it. Kids are going to have to be in a structured environment once they get into like kindergarten, first grade, and so on and so forth, where you're going to have to sit down and do paperwork.
That's true.
They're not doing that all day, but, we have a place and a time where we do table time activities so they can sit at the table and do activities. You know what I mean? Just per their age level.
Look, see, now my mama was a teacher, y'all, so she didn't play that.
No, she wasn't. She's very smart.
For real. She would be like, hey, how many continents we got?
Right.
What's the capital of this? And we had to be on our toe. Mama didn't play that. Shout out to moms.
Right. She's the only one that I know that be answering all those Jeopardy questions right. I'm like, how does she know that? Is she like a walking encyclopedia or something?
She said she's not that good no more, but
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Cold. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go home and make her ask her some questions. Like, hey, let me ask you something.
How about that?
I love it. So if the weather's not too good, or even if it is kind of cold, I know the babies, they always want to go outside. Is that a normal?
Yes, we still take them outside depending on the weather. If it's like 46 degrees or something like that, fine. But 30s and 20s, no, we keep them in here. Okay. So I always have activities prepared for them to do in case we can't go outside.
Nice. And they love nap time.
You know what? I've been grateful that my kids will go to sleep in nap time. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have to soothe them by rubbing their back or something like that.
Rub my back. I'm trying to go to sleep. Okay. Dang, that is amazing. So what ages you have from what to what?
I can care for 6 weeks up to elementary. But right now my focus is 6 weeks up to 5 years of age. That's typically what I will have full time.
That's a lot of stuff going on.
It is, because you have different age groups. So, you want to make sure that you're attending to all of them. You know what I mean? So sometimes you expand on an activity, or you don't expand on an activity depending on that kid's age level.
Right. So you got to have help.
Luckily and thankfully, I do have some great help. A lot of my help has been in the business longer than I. So I've been very thankful to have them as guidance.
That's
and
a
then
blessing.
also on top of that, I've done my own research, and I take classes myself.
Nice.
I try to learn from other daycare providers, other, leaders.
Look.
You know what I mean? So I've went out there and I've seek people out to help me, and then I've also applied myself and looking for other informations of ways to educate the kids, different materials to use, how to set up the daycare.
I like it. Y'all, I walked in here, I'm seeing rectangles and hearts and ovals and colors. It's just, I love it. So everywhere you look on the wall, it's something for the kids to learn.
Yes.
So you know how cursive isn't really a big thing. I guess they don't. Do you still like?
Well, the kids in my age group are not. They're learning how to write.
Okay.
So cursive is not a thing, unless we had some after school kids or something like that. That'd be something that I would be intrigued to teach them. You know what I mean? Because I think it's good to know how to write in cursive and stuff. But typically, the kids that I have, I'm just teaching them how to write.
That's good. And do you see their progression?
Yes. Most recently, I started doing like a progress report because I wanted to keep progress.
Oh my God, this is so cute.
But I wanted to to keep progress of how well the kids are doing, and then see what they need to work on and what they're exceeding at. Because if they're exceeding and the material I'm using is boring, then I need to get some more material. Or if they're struggling, well, do we need to give them a little bit more time, one-on-one care, or what? So me having the progress reports and stuff, it lets the parents see that yes, I am doing stuff with their kids, and yes, their kids are learning.
I love it. So you wake up every morning just happy to see the baby. It's like, y'all, this is what you call living out your dream. Like, whatever your passion is, like, live it. I don't care if you want to be the best painter or
that's right,
the best carpenter. Like, it don't matter as long as you wake up every morning and you happy. And I can just see,
thank you,
by talking to her, that this really brings her joy.
Right. And when I first started, I kind of I was prepared to do the childcare. I got my license and everything, but I was still working in my call center position. So I was trying to save up some more money before I just started the daycare. Well, unfortunately, I got laid off there. So I had to just jump right into it. I only had one kid, 6 months, year-old. So to say on average, I'm getting paid $100 a week. You know what I mean? That's not fitting the bills, but I still stuck in there. And because I started in December. So then in the summertime when the kids were out, I had a friend that had 3 boys, and she said, she needed me to watch them. So I'm watching I had my 6 months, I had my 3 boys, and these are school boys. So these are different ages. And then I received a little girl that was 3 months.
What?
You know what I mean? And so they started keeping me afloat.
That's a blessing.
And then from there, I was able to keep steady kids from there. So
how many kids you have right now?
Right now, I'm a group daycare, so I can have up to 12 kids. Nice. But I have second shift, so my hours of operations from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. So from first shift and second shift, I have a total of 9 kids.
Dang. So it's always you and one other person in here?
I have about 3 other employees.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it just depends.
Gives you a little break.
Yeah, because some of the people one lady has a full-time job that's second shift, and then the other people work part-time for me. So I'm very grateful that I have their help as well. That's
a blessing. I like this. Okay, so I know you have to prepare the baby's food. So do you come up with like a weekly meal plan, or? I'm
on the food program. So the food program give you parameters, and they're pretty good parameters of what a kid should have, where they should have their vegetables,
definitely,
their protein, and another fruit or something to that nature. So all my food that I make for them is whole food, meaning that it's fully cooked. It's not processed food. It's not frozen store-bought food. And then at snack time, I always make sure that I give them a fruit or a vegetable, anything that I put with it.
Look at you. Let me find out she over here making ants on a log.
She love her some ants on the log.
Okay, don't play with me. Don't just give me the celery and the peanut butter. Like, I need the ants on it.
She need them raisins. She got to have them raisins. That's big. That's real big.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Take me back.
Man.
So, what is your future plans? Like, do you want to get expanded, make it bigger?
Yes, I do want to expand. I do want to make it bigger. My goal is to grow. Right now, I'm trying to turn my whole house into a daycare, if you will.
Shut up!
Yeah, so I'm working on the kinks of doing that.
Nice.
If not, then I'm thinking about transferring it to a center. So it might be having another group daycare, and then going into a center.
Talk about expanding. Are you going to have shirts too?
I do, and I'm really mad because I was trying to find my shirt, but I do have some shirts.
Go get me a shirt, y'all.
Yes, promote.
Well, that's a blessing. Well, thank you for letting me pop up on you.
No problem. Thank you for coming by.
You're welcome. Let the people know where they can find your daycare at on social media and physical.
Okay. I'm located at 1842 North Green Street. You can find me on Facebook, Modern Childcare, on Instagram, Modern Childcare, and then my website is www.modernchildcare.org.
Look, got an Instagram, a Facebook, and a website. Don't play with her. So if y'all looking for somebody to take your kids to, my girl Pear got you, okay?
And also, I do drop-in care too. So if you got events that you need to go to and you don't have anybody to watch your kids, I can watch your kids while you're doing an event.
Dang, that's cool.
And I think that's really cool because, you know, sometimes you don't want to make a commitment, but yet, you know, you still might need childcare. You know, you might be a person that works for themselves but needs some time where the kid is not there so you can focus in on your work.
In other words, call my girl. She gonna get you right. Okay, don't play with her. Well, thank you for letting me slide through. I'm Kandy B, y'all. This is Pear, and we out.
Peace.